What were Pericles' accomplishments? Pericles, in all his success, destroyed Athens and subjected its population to flogging and death, a fate that Pericles himself suffered. Additionally, his political tendencies have been described as tyrannical and military politics, ill-planned and unsuccessful. Pericles, despite his many failings, utterly transformed Athens, making it into the most important and powerful Greek city-state. Pericles had one goal that he pursued in his political career: the strengthening of Athens. By his political reforms that empowered the democratic tendencies of Athens' politicians, cultural improvements across a wide spectrum of disciples, and the military efforts designed to expand Athenian power and diminish the threat posed by Spartan expansion. Point 1. Political reforms that empowered the democratic tendencies of Athens politics. Pericles is a prominent Greek statesman, orator in general, during the Golden Age of Athens. This age is referred to as the Age of Pericles due to his influence. He is a fierce advocate for democracy and even laid the groundwork for the later democratic political systems. With his rise to power, Pericles ushered in a thing called radical democracy. This is when ordinary Athenian citizens were paid by the state to participate in public affairs. Pericles approved payments for jury duty before soldiers, sailors, and administrators to vote for him to bring the lower class out into democracy. A quote by Milan Dulic says, quote, Pericles profoundly departed the democratic character of the Athenian constitution, end quote. Point 2. Military achievements. Pericles was very quiet and introverted in his early life, and married Aspasia of Melantris, who taught him how to speak and write speeches. Even though Pericles was already skilled in writing and speaking in his youth, his enemies said that Aspasia wrote his speeches and taught him how to write and speak, which was not true. The most famous of these speeches was his funeral orientation, in which he talked about the soldiers who fell in battle and the bravery, and encouraged those living to remember the dead. This shows that he did more than just politics and helped the people in battle. A quote by Thucydides says, quote, Our Constitution favors the many instead of the few. This is why it is called a democracy. If we look to the laws, they afford equal justice to all their plutary differences. End quote. Point 3. Cultural achievements. During the age of Pericles, Athens blossomed into the center of education, art, culture, and democracy. Artists and sculptors, playwrights and poets, amongst many others, found in Athens an exciting and living atmosphere for their work. For example, Hippocrates, who inspired the Hippocratic Oath and still taken by physicians today. Other philosophics